Hi guys, so I'm going to start the chicken tikka masala. So I've got these. It says 4 chicken breasts, but these are just little, so I don't think they'll make a difference. So you need to chop these up into little chunks. So that's the size chunks I've chopped up, guys. Now we're going to make the marinade. Right then, now I've cubed the chicken up. We'll put that in there. So first of all, we need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. So I'll just go and squeeze this. I'm just going by eye, guys. I should have put it, ooh. Oh, I should have put some gloves on. Next is half a teaspoon of salt. It also says half a teaspoon of coriander, guys, but you know I don't like it, so if you like it, put half a teaspoon of coriander in now. Next one is half a teaspoon of cumin powder. That's a cumin powder. Half a teaspoon of chilli powder. Half a teaspoon of turmeric. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. 1 teaspoon of grated ginger. 1 teaspoon of grated garlic. 5 tablespoons of yoghurt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2 tablespoons of oil. I've just got vegetable oil. 1, 2. Now we'll mix all of this up, guys. Thoroughly mix it in, and then you let it marinate for 2 to 3 hours. Get that all mixed in, all the lovely spices. It smells lovely. It all mixed in there, so I put it in the fridge for 2 to 3 hours. Right guys, so that's the marinating done there. Now we've got a baking tray, spread them on the baking tray, and then you cook them on the highest heat the oven goes for about 30 minutes, but turn them halfway through the 30 minutes. She says they may sometimes get charred in some places, but ignore it because it adds to the flavour. I'm sure you know when you get an Indian takeaway, them lovely charred bits do taste lovely. So spread them out nice and evenly with a bit of space in between. Lovely big chunks they are. And then go in for 30 minutes, guys. On the highest heat. Smells lovely. And that's it. Highest set in your oven will go for 30 minutes, but turn them halfway through the 30 minutes. And while that's in the oven, we'll start with the masala sauce. Right then, so now in a pan, just going to put this on a medium to low heat, guys. And we need 100 grams of butter. So that's 100 grams of butter there. 3 tablespoons of oil. Like I say, I'm just using vegetable oil. 1, 2, 3. Right, so that's all melted now. So we're going with 2 onions. That's 2 minced minced onions, it says. And then to the onions you also add a teaspoon of garlic, teaspoon of ginger, and then you do them until they go golden brown. Oh, the aromas are delicious. Smell delicious, should I say. That's what the chicken's looking like halfway through, guys. I'm going to flip them over and put them back in for another 15 minutes. Right guys, as you can see, my onions have reduced right down, starting to take on a golden colour there. So now for the rest of the sauce recipe. Turn it down a little bit. Right, so you need just over half a can of tinned chopped tomatoes. Let it stir in. And then in here is a full pot of double cream, guys, and in here is tomato puree and a little bit sugar. So you add that in, full pot of cream. Get it all out. Yummy. Right, now for the spices, guys. A teaspoon of cumin powder. So I'm just going to eyeball mine. A teaspoon of cumin. Half a teaspoon of red chilli powder. 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Ooh, bugger. That came out quick. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. Half a teaspoon of garam masala. I bought this when I made the boona. And I think that's it, so we'll give that a good stir in. Ooh. I am absolutely sweating. Not only is it so close, like humid outside, and I'm doing this curry. It's not like the red colour that the Indians takeaways have, like, but I've put everything I should have put in. Maybe it darkens down the more you cook it. Right, so you're meant to put this on a high heat and stir it for about 5 minutes. I've just turned it up high, guys. So it says put the lid on and then cook until most of the liquid has evaporated. Right guys, so that's me chicken tikka done. Looking good. This should all be reduced now. Yep. Looking good. Turn that right down. Now you add 50 grams of butter and the chicken. And you put the lid back on and cook for a further 10 minutes. And voila. So we'll put the chicken in. And lovely charry bits. mix that in. And then we'll get 50 grams of butter. I remember off the Lambuna one, the island butter at the end really enhanced the flavour. Let that melt in. Smells delicious, guys. Looking quite good if you ask me, like. Chuffed with myself again. Another Indian curry made. I've got to make the onion bulgies and the lovely puri breads and the yoghurt and mint sauce next. Oh, that's it. The lid goes back on. Let it cook on low for a further 10 minutes. Right guys, time to make the bulgies. Right then, so in this bowl we've got to make the paste first, and it's meant to look like PVA glue. So go in with a mug of gram flour, also known as chickpea flour, half a teaspoon of corn flour, half a teaspoon of chilli powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of black pepper, teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cumin powder, and then that's it. And then you add water little at a time until it resembles PVA glue. Right guys, do you reckon that's PVA glue? I want it thick enough to coat the onions like, so I'm just going to leave it like that. With a good mix. I've got 2 chopped onions, sliced onions, and also a handful of finely chopped spinach. Yeah, I can't wait these. I've already got my oil on, it's nice and hot. Just get me gloves. Right, so we'll get this mixed in. Get it all coated. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to try this. I don't know if I've done my onions right. That's how I think bulgies look like, thinly sliced. And then once you've mixed everything in here, you dunk it straight into the frying pan. I'm just going to try and squeeze it together. Right, where's my little thing? Just going to stick it on this while I dunk it in. Ready? Good. I hope this works. Well, that's just dark as I'm letting it go. I don't want it to taste burnt. Put them in there. I'm going to make this my tester one. Right guys, you just have to trust the process, let the fryer do its job, because it's the fryer what changes the colour and crisps the onions. I think they're looking pretty good if you ask me. Nice. Right guys, time for the lovely yellow yoghurt mint sauce that comes with the bulgies. I'm just going to wing the amounts. It says 250 grams of Greek yoghurt, so I'm just going to eyeball it. Going with the Greek yoghurt. I want plenty, so about that. Now we need 2 teaspoons or tablespoons, I can't remember, but we need lemon juice, guys. Get some lemon juice in there. Two teaspoons of mint sauce. And 2 teaspoons of sugar. And I think it was a teaspoon of turmeric, but put that in there. Right now, mixy mixy, guys. Wow, I think it needs a little bit more mint. A bit more sugar as well. Obviously you can add more turmeric if you want it more yellow, but that tastes spot on to me. Turmeric just basically colours things. It hasn't got much of a flavour. Perfect. Right guys, time for the puri. So in here is 2 mugs of plain flour. Now into that a heaped tablespoon of melted butter, a mug of warm full fat milk, and half a teaspoon of salt. Now mix it to a dough. Right, that's me dough. You let it rest for 30 minutes. Right, so I've let it rest, guys. Now we're gonna make some I think I've made too much dough, to be fair. Right, need a rolling pin. Sorry I didn't press record there, but I've just put it in the oil there, guys. What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Eat with Coral Blush. Thank you everybody, we've hit 7,000 subscribers. Sorry this video took so long. I said I was going to do it at the weekend and I was just busy preparing. These were the last things on the Sunday and I just come over feeling dead sick. I felt all dizzy and shaky. You weren't well. I'm thinking, wonder if it's a little bug or any case. I went to bed that afternoon. I thought I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is here and we're feeling a lot better, aren't we, Ken? Must have just been I don't know what it was. Guys, this is of course the lovely Subah's, me lovely subscribers, family recipe for chicken tikka masala. I've already done a lambuna recipe previously, which was also her family's recipe. I can't wait to try this. Yeah, so this is chicken tikka masala, homemade, add on everything apart from the rice. I made the lovely yellow yogurt and mint dip. Onion bulgies I made myself. Not sure if you can see them. I'll give you the close-up. Look at that. I made it all. Puri breads I made myself, guys. Looking good. So, let's dive in, Just got water for me drink. You know, they're watching you do the test. Just that light's a bit bright.
Wow.
Nice.
That's lush, huh?
Mine, I made the actual curry, on Saturday, guys, and then I thought, because I didn't want to do it all in one day, so I made the curry on Saturday, put it in the fridge.
That's exactly like
Spit and double of it, isn't it? Can't believe how good it is. Super easy as well.
That's
You'll
lush.
see exactly how I've done everything on the intro bit. You would already see that if you've watched it. But what was I saying there? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice as well.
Aren't they lush, Ken? I can't believe the bodies. I was a bit dubious at first because the mixture was so sloppy. And obviously the onions weren't sticking together. But just let the chip pan do its thing. Let the onions go crisp. Nice.
Lush.
Pro, man. Pro. Plenty chicken in as well. There's loads of chicken. Be that party bus. There's a party bus outside. I'll go and shut my windows.
Time to pull out. I'll join in a minute.
You can hear before the whole street was pumping. Wow, that's lush there. Yeah, so we're just doing it on Saturday. It's been in the fridge for 2 nights, so Subah says it'll taste even nicer. It's lush, isn't it? Wow.
Class
I
that.
can't actually believe I made this. First time ever as well I've made this curry. And it's turned out flipping gorgeous. That's it when you're getting the real deal sent to you, real deal recipe. So thank you again, Subah. Speaking of Subah, I've got something to tell you as well.
Tell me. Oh.
You'll never guess.
What?
Well, you know, she had messaged to say she had got us a little something.
Oh, aye, right.
Well, she's been today.
Is she?
She came with a little girl. Oh, she was so cute. Right. The lovely Subah got us a gift, guys, full of lovely goodies, like lovely treats from Marks and Spencer's, some Swiss chocolates.
Wow.
These look lush as well. Marks and Spencer's Belgian chocolate chunk cookies, and also 3 packets of the jellies from Marksy's for the kids, for the boys.
Thank you very much, Subah. Thank you for the sweet, Subah.
And she also sent us a link because she's paid for it's one of the Virgin experiences.
Oh, what's that like?
Afternoon tea she's selected.
Is it?
But it's at Lumley Castle or Lumley Hall,
Right, where's that?
Durham.
I don't know.
So we can make a day of it, Ken. She's paid for afternoon tea for it.
Oh, well.
This is like a thank you, like,
Hey, that's
well,
nice.
thank you, like, for my content, and congratulations for hitting 7k.
Oh, that's nice.
So thank you so much, Subah.
Really
That's
nice.
really, really nice. You were so lovely today. I thought you were a really nice lady. Was so
Does she live here, like, or?
Our parents do live in Newcastle.
Right.
And just upside our parents, so she messages saying I want to drop something off for you.
That's nice of her.
I know, I couldn't believe it. I mean, God, that's enough. What's in the bag? She didn't even have to do that, but then she obviously sent the link for the afternoon tea. I was like, oh my God, like I feel myself like beaming red. I feel all embarrassed. And then Jessica can't take a picture, like a selfie. So me and the boys got in, she took a selfie. And I looked at Spencer, hey, Mom's famous. I was a lush picture, I'll put it up now for you.
That was nice of her.
She was a really lovely lady. Like a lovely, like genuine down to earth kind of lady. She's really nice.
Oh, she make
I
it.
couldn't even believe she wanted to come, like, give us that. Never mind.
She make a divot in Durham then after that. Go for a couple of drinks or
I
something.
know, it'd be lovely. Get some drinks. I've not long been to Durham, have I? With the girls.
No, I've been.
We've never been.
No.
I bet it's really nice in Durham.
Never ever been.
And it's not long on the train either. And apparently
What's
it's just like a little 5-minute bus trip.
Yeah.
Bus tickets were just £1-2 or something, so that would be good.
Yeah.
The chicken's lush, the sauce. It's not like, well, there never are though, other like the real authentic recipes are never like the takeaways.
No.
Like it's not like a masala you get from a takeaway, but it's even nicer, I think.
It's lovely.
It's gorgeous. And you know like what's exactly went in it and everything.
Yeah, you made it yourself. I prefer this to takeaway.
See, to me it's very time consuming. And when we're going to takeaway, it's like to save me. But she was saying like this to her is easy to make because she's used to making it.
Yeah.
And she done like a lasagna or something, that would be awkward for her to do. Because she knows to just how long she can leave things or like on the hob and stuff.
Yeah, well, you feel like you've got to be in the
Like
kitchen
was
for the whole
constantly
time.
on it, yeah, in case because I didn't want things to burn and stuff. But I suppose the more you make them, the better you'll get. My God, guys, I hope I've done the recipe like easy enough for you to follow. I'll also post in my description box how Subah explained it to me to make, just in case like you prefer reading what to do rather than watching.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do like visually watching rather than reading. Because I was having to send you the pictures, weren't I? Well, I was recording,
Get me phone.
doing the recipe, so I had to like look at his phone. But it'd be probably easier to just watch someone do it. Yeah, little daughter. Miriam, I think she said was called. Hello, Miriam. She was dead shy though. She was stroking Bella and stuff. But she says when she got home, she was telling everyone, oh, she met e.wcoralblush today.
Oh,
So she says her daughter watches us with her, like on her phone. But was acting so shy. Oh.
It's nice of her to go to pop in.
I know. Lush that like. Try my body now. It's the lovely. Well, these they go soggy because they've been in the fridge, obviously. But air fryer, straight away, crisp, straight back up. That's also it's spot on, isn't it? Exactly the same.
Lush that.
It's exactly the same. Here's what it looked like inside. I was a bit panicky, you'll see, like in how I made it. I was like thinking, have I done this right? Because it was so sloppy, the mixture. And the onions are just basically falling in your hand.
Right.
So just dunk them in like a pile. And let the oil like obviously crisp it up. You have to just wait for the oil to crisp the onions up. So I was thinking, should I have then dunked it in like another flour to get it crisp?
Aye.
Obviously not. I just trusted the process. I like it when things go well. Only one thing hasn't so far with me trying things what I've never made before, the oxtails. I wouldn't make them again.
Just now on them.
I know.
No meat.
I would like to try them still from a restaurant or like a Caribbean place because they do look lush. Because we were watching videos, weren't we? And they do look lovely. Let the professionals
You
do
just got the one that was on a full fat diet, I think. It was just didn't meat on it.
It was like the horrible tissue in between as well, like it's stretchy connective stuff. Like pulling through that, like pulling apart the meat from that. The meat was nice and soft. But getting through that was not going to stick.
I didn't like it when something's hard work just to eat it.
I know. Like you'd want it to fall off the bone, like a rib. Which is what they look like on the videos we watch. So I think it maybe was just a dodgy batch.
Oh, that was lush.
Wasn't it? Oh guys, we've got some good news as well. You think what you're going to tell them? We've booked the first family holiday.
I thought you were going to say you're pregnant.
Oh, I imagine. Would have been the milkman, suppose. Going to Mallorca, Alcudia, in actually on Oscar's birthday. We're flying next year, 5th of June. Obviously, he's just been paid. It was a kind of good wage this month, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I was just on Facebook, and you know how like little holiday deals pop up on Facebook. So like it was a really good deal. Not the one I've like booked though, but I looked on the website and I thought, well, I'm going to look off because you know how we booked just before COVID. That would have been my first family holiday, the Turkey holiday, but it was cancelled for COVID, and we had to just get a refund for that one. So this is still my first family holiday. So I went back to that place, Love Holidays, and I just typed in because I think that's a really cheap website. And that holiday came straight back up, didn't it? And we were going to book it, weren't we? Only because I felt like Spain and the Balearic Islands were a bit harder to get into because we haven't had jabs for COVID. But now these days you just need to take a test before you go. And I thought the Balearic Islands you did still need the jab. That's why we were going to go with Turkey still because we knew that was fine. And when I looked properly, it came up that that's the same for them. You just need to take a test like before you go. So I thought, oh well, I'd rather a shorter flight for the kids. And I went to Mallorca with my mum and Nana when I was little, and it's a proper like little family resort, isn't it?
Went there,
But it's literally like 900 metres from the beach, 800 metres to the like main shopping place, bars and whatever. We're just going self-catering though, so we'll have to get our save on. But so
I was talking to one of the lads and he does the same, and he says all they do is go to the supermarkets, get a load of like food and bits and bobs and just pile it in the hotel. And if you go to the beach like you would here, you just take a bag full of stuff. And obviously, I mean, you'd go to like McDonald's or KFC or stuff like that, but or like
I like it, like when you're out and about being able to just go here and there.
Yeah.
I hate sticking at times, like, you know, for the breakfast. Having to get up and make sure you get your breakfast. I'd rather just get up myself and cook a little breakfast.
I wouldn't pay away. I don't think the kids would really enjoy the hotel food. I think we're better off just find like an English bar.
At least we know what they like to eat.
I think it would be a waste of money.
I think Spencer would, but like you say, Oscar can be a bit funny. So we just had to pay £50 each deposit. So it's booked. And then I think it's like 5 or 6 more payments of £140 odd. So it's more affordable that way. So I told the kids, and they just couldn't believe it. They were like, yeah, I was like, so you go on an aeroplane? And I could see Spencer straight away. He was like, oh, are you scared? You went, a little bit. I went, you're probably safer on an aeroplane than you are on a taxi, man.
Yeah. Be lush next year, something to look forward to, innit? And closer to the time you get more excited.
I know. Bless them. We've got a year to wait, like.
To be fair,
Well, 11 months.
This year's flown over.
I know.
I can't believe it. It's like, not nearly Christmas, but it's that time of year where it's creeping up on you.
Even we, as a couple, haven't been away, have we? Like, abroad. I've obviously been... I went to Barcelona with my friend Vic for our mum's 60th, but other than that, mine was before Ellis, my last holiday. I'm bloated, yeah.
I'm stuffed. That was just nice. That was just enough.
I'll try that one. I wanted this one.
Did you?
And some of these did go softer in the microwave, which is good. Because I should have like shallow fried them for literally 10 seconds each side, but I was keeping them in the oil so they went like a bit more crispier. But obviously they've been made for a day, so I just put them in the microwave and they did soften down. It still tastes like them, they're just not like floppy like them.
Lush, that really nice.
What's the time?
Nearly 17. Pardon me.
So Moorish, isn't it? Gorgeous, that like.
That sauce is spot on. That sauce, it's lush.
I was just thinking there, I wonder if it's just worth making a big batch of the sauce. Bag it enough for each portion, like a family portion. Freezer it, and then when you want to make another curry, just add some chicken.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's loads of that yogurt.
Even your like normal curries, it would probably just go nice with that.
Very heavy on your stomach though, isn't it?
Lush though.
Gorgeous. But you're gonna feel like food coma after this. I've only just got my kitchen clean. What were like on Sunday? He was on the sofa, like lying down.
I was buckled on
and I went to bed. I just had to like turn everything off. Luckily I had done 3 of these breads because I had like loads more dough left. I went, yeah, I'm just doing this last one and I'm done.
Done in. Still didn't feel right this morning getting up.
I heard you like you were psyching yourself up.
Just had like no energy. I just couldn't be bothered.
You're right now though. I'm alright today.
I feel better. I still didn't feel 100%. I've got the energy in this, but I do feel a lot better though.
Just my guts were churning a little bit this morning, but then that went. Like I didn't feel sick no more.
It's just probably like a 24-hour thing, what are you getting?
It's weird though, because I felt alright when we first got up. And then it just come over us and I was thinking, like, I wonder if it's just all the smells off the kitchen knocking us sick.
I felt ill as soon as I woke up, mate.
Never mind, we're okay now. Thanks everyone who's wished us to get well soon. I wasn't ill like, but you know when you just stand up and you just feel like you could puke, so once I lay down I felt like sort of like it settled it. So I just had to be in the lying position and I was just like in and out of sleep.
I must have slept over 15 hours yesterday, something. I was in and out of sleep and I come to bed early as well.
So I think you needed a catch up on some sleep. Oh God. You well guys. That was absolutely delicious. Thank you Subah for another tasty recipe to make it. I can't even get my words out.
Thank you for the presents, Lush.
I know. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Ooh, I'll have to think of when we can go to for our afternoon tea in Durham.
I know.
Be nice. Couple's day, won't it?
Yeah, I'll just spend the day there.
A date day. Because it's nice Durham. I like going there.
Have a few drinks and that, and go to that bar that you went to where was it £5 for 2 Stellas?
Oh yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but I know where it is when I'm there. It's just on the corner.
We'll find it.
£5 for 2 pints of Stella. Bogs. Well, I'm going to go. Thank you everyone once again for getting us to 7,000 subscribers. I'm already past it. Well, like over 20 now.
Oh yeah.
Aye. So on the road to 8K now, guys. Oh, and as well, my mum said, Heather, you should mention that to subscribe to her channel, because my mum didn't know this at first when she joined YouTube. to subscribe to someone's channel, you don't pay. You don't have to sign up and like subscribe like a TV prescription. You just hit the subscribe, and that enables you to be notified when they post a new video. That's all it is. You don't get charged nothing, just in case you panic like your mum did, because when she first joined YouTube, she thought subscribe meant you have to pay to watch. So it doesn't, so now you can hit the subscribe. Right, I'm going to go, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified of future uploads. We love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Ciao.